Hey, yo, what up? It's your boy Joel.
Jovi.
And Jarrell.
Make sure to check out Social Gibberish for all the around-the-way talk on pop culture, life, love, and other hot topics. And make sure to tune in and follow us for our weekly catch-ups and other social antics. And make sure to follow us on Twitter and IG at Social Gibberish.
Shit. All right. I bust that nigga ass right now. Ain't no, none of them niggas can't fuck. What? Nigga, you could never fuck me, my nigga. I'll fuck you up right now. What? Fuck bust your motherfucking ass, boy. I ain't no motherfucking joke.
Hey,
yo. Old dirty bastard. You know what I'm saying? I'll fuck you up right now. Yeah. What?
That nigga, yo. He ain't saying nothing. Fuck him.
I'm the one-man army and on. I never been tooken out. I keep MCs looking out. I drop signs like Crosby dropping babies. Enough to make a nigga go crazy. In the G building, taking all types of medicine. Your ass thought you was better than a son. I keep planets in orbit while I be coming with deeper and more shit.
Rest in peace to ODB, man. Welcome to the 700 block. I'm your boy, Flaw 700, the host of the block. Welcome. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to be honest. I don't got much this week, but I got some things that I definitely wanted to talk about. I touched on pause, but ODB is the reason why I played ODB first in the beginning of the episode. And it's just because I want to continue the conversation from the Podcast Brothers episode 121. On that episode, Miss Killer K was given the option to mute anybody she wanted on Spotify, and one of her options was Kodak Black. Her reasons for Kodak Black was the way he, man, what did she say? Oh, not Kodak Black, my bad. 6ix9ine. Even though Kodak Black was one, but 6ix9ine, and we were just talking about how loud he was. Now, my little cousin, man, shout out to my little cousin Tamar. He jumped on the Facebook, the Podcast Brothers Facebook group. Shout out to the group. And he made a post. You know, he's 18, so he digs that music. He love that stuff, man. And he was just like, yo, man, I hear where y'all coming from, but DMX was loud. So y'all lost me with the 6ix9ine rapping loud because DMX rap loud. Y'all got to help me out on this because y'all lost me a little bit. And shout out to Tamar because he listens to the 90s, the 2000s, and he listens to the Kodaks and the 6ix9ines. You know what I'm saying? He a young boy, so this is their generation. But like I say, shout out to him because he's one of the few that ain't on some, yo, fuck them old niggas, fuck them old heads. He listens to a lot of music from every generation. So I had to get on a post and I was just like, yeah, you know, DMX is loud, but DMX was actually rapping. Like DMX had bars. DMX was probably better than every song he was featured on. Every song DMX was featured on, he killed. He killed everybody he rapped with. And then he's got dope albums. It's Dark and Hell is Hot is a classic. And he followed it up with My Flesh and My Flesh and My Blood is My Blood. And then there was X, and he just kept dropping huge records. And I said to him as well, like, it's not the fact that 6ix9ine raps loud. It's just he's not saying nothing while he's rapping loud. So all we got is this guy who raps loud. And he doesn't, you know, put anything with the loudness. I also said that, according to Charlemagne the God, and I agree with this, 6ix9ine sounds a lot like Onyx. So, and I said Sticky Fingers was one of the nicest. So Sticky Fingers rap loud, but Sticky Fingers was fire. We all couldn't wait to hear Sticky Fingers spit. Now, Fredro Starr and the other nigga was kind of trash. I never was a fan of Fredro Starr. I never thought Fredro Starr was dope. But Sticky was fire. So he replied back. He was like, okay, I feel you. I definitely get where you coming from. And that's my whole thing with the young dudes, man. Not my whole thing is part of it. I want to hear you rap too. Like, spit them bars. I actually listened to 21 Savage's latest album and I like it. 21 Savage be saying some things on there. It's not the most complex, but we don't always want that. But 21 Savage be saying some things. Now, here's where ODB comes into play at. My guy, I'm not going to say his name because I don't mean no disrespect, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm clowning him because I'm not. But I've heard this before. And let me see if I can find it right quick so I can go word for word on what he said about it. So bear with me, man. I should have been more prepared. I'm in the Facebook group now, and I'm scrolling. And of course, now that I'm scrolling, right, I'm not going to find what he said because I just basically want to go word for word what he's saying. Yo, this is trash, son. This is trash. Okay, here's what he said. My guy said, we listen to Onyx yell on every damn song. We also listen to ODB yell a lot of crazy shit. I wrote back, bruh, Sticky Fingers was dope, and ODB has nothing to do with this post, but Dirty had a unique style that wasn't for everyone. That's why it was 8 other members of Wu-Tang. Like, if you didn't like Old Dirty, there was somebody else that you could listen to, and I think that was one of the beauties of Wu-Tang Clan. Nobody, listen, let me tell you something. I don't know nobody in the world that loves all 9 members of Wu. People will be like, man, I like Raekwon. I like Meth. I like Ghost. I like RZA. I like Jizza. I like Deck. Nobody's ever said they like Master Killer, but that's besides the point. Nobody really loved all 9 members. So if Dirty wasn't for you, Dirty wasn't for you. So his reply to me is 6ix9ine is not like anyone out right now. He's needed to a certain extent. Okay. All right. I hear what he's saying, but at the end of the day, the young boy, my cousin Tamar compares 6ix9ine to DMX. Then my guy jumped in and mentioned Old Dirty Bastard. So y'all are comparing these people. I'm personally not. I'm just not a fan of 6ix9ine. And for this guy to be the same age as me and be like 6ix9ine is needed, it's not an old head thing, but I'm trying to see where is 6ix9ine needed at. How is 6ix9ine needed? I don't understand why 6ix9ine is needed. Somebody please write under the post on SoundCloud, on Twitter, on Facebook, explain to me how 6ix9ine is needed. I need to know that. I wish I can call him right now, but I'm not going to interrupt the podcast because that would have been real dope to hit him up and be like, yo, bruh, what are you talking about that 6ix9ine is needed? Matter of fact, let me see if I could call. Let me see if I can call him, man. Let me see if I can do this. Do I still have the app downloaded on my phone? I don't. And then I got the iPhone, so I don't got that little piece that you need to hook up to my machine. If I did, I'd hook it up and give him a call. But, that's besides the point. Matter of fact, let me take a quick break and go get my piece. Y'all be right back.
What's up? It's your boy, CEO Hayes in the building, host of the Awakened Soul podcast, a podcast that discusses movies, music, TV, pop culture, politics, and social issues. But more importantly than all that, we discuss how it affects and reflects our society and our culture. So if you're looking for a podcast that's for the culture, better yet, if you're looking for a podcast that's of the culture, check out The Awakened Soul, a member of the Breaks Media Podcast Network. Peace.
All right, so I'm back. I got my man on the phone. I ain't want to say his name while I was talking for 8 minutes. I was talking for 8 minutes about this because I ain't want him to think I was trying to clown him or nothing. But then I went on Facebook and saw that he was still writing under the comments. So I said, let me call him because he wrote that 6ix9ine is important to an extent. So I got my man Ant Graves on the phone, man. So please explain to me why 6ix9ine is important.
All right. So this is how I feel, right? If you look around, you look at like all of the rappers that's out right now, especially like all the younger rappers, I feel like everybody sounds the same. So he's like that. I don't necessarily want to say like a breath of fresh air, but at the same time, like he's not the norm of what you hear on the radio all day, every day. So I just feel like him and his presence is almost needed, to break up everyone just sounding alike. He's the only one that doesn't sound like everybody else.
Okay. I see your point.
So sometimes I like listening to him only because it's that difference. I mean, we got some of the older rappers that's been here, not even say they're older, but, you got the J's and the Nas and you might have an Eminem might come out with something. You got people that's doing things, but at the same time, it's just like, we all heard it before. So he's the only one that's just different.
Okay. I hear you. I hear people say that he gets you hype. Now, my thing is, let me elaborate on my ODB stance, right? What I was saying was, when it comes to the Old Dirty Bastard, back then, there was only one Old Dirty Bastard. Now, I see your point with 6ix9ine. I think he does stand out. But there's so many other artists that sound alike to me. So when people bring up, well, we got mumble rappers, but y'all had ODB and ODB this, and I'm just like, that's correct. But he was the only one rapping like that. So you can actually turn him off and put somebody else on, and you don't hear ODB. But just like you said, 6ix9ine don't sound like the rest of them. But that was my thing with Old Dirty Bastard when people try to compare ODB to today's music. Now, if there was 10 ODBs, I get it. But can you name another artist that sounded like ODB back then?
Well, after ODBs, and that's when you started hearing like similar rappers. I mean, around that time you had Onyx, and at the same time you had Busta Rhymes for a minute was like similar.
ODB and Busta?
He was the loud one. He was the he didn't really rap calmly. He was the wild one. So I feel like every like form of hip hop, or like every like age, I feel like there's always that one rapper. So to a certain extent, you had DMX probably did the same thing. He did a lot of like up tempo type rapping.
Okay, so listen.
But at the same time, we all liked it. It was something that was fresh. It was like, it was new.
But
was
all the guys that you named,
the
guys that you named were rappers, though. They could spit. That's my thing. You got to name. Give me a bar from 6ix9ine.
I feel like right now, like when we listen to some of these rappers that did it at that time, I like, to me, Busta, when he first came out, he really wasn't as lyrical as he is now. You know what I'm saying? Like when he first came out, if you were just listening to him, a lot of things he was saying was probably like, it was nonsense.
When Busta Rhymes started rapping really fast, if you slow it down, he's saying nothing. I get that. Like Busta is really, he became trash low key. He just sped it up and he was actually saying nothing.
Yeah, but still to this day, he's in some people's like top 10. Because of his presence and everything he did for hip hop. At the same time, it was like, his lyrically he wasn't the greatest, but at that time, later on, I feel like his lyrics did, get better, and his flow got a lot better. But when he was coming up, when he was younger, I feel like it was the same 6ix9ine type rap.
Right, but
same thing with Onyx. Onyx was the same way. Like it wasn't throwing out lyrical bars. It was just
Sticky was nice, man. Sticky Fingers was stop. Sticky Fingers was nice,
but
man.
At the same time, like when you listen to them all as a group, man, a lot of that stuff they were saying, man, it was nonsense. It was the same stuff that 6ix9ine is saying right now. It's the same exact thing.
I'm going to listen to 6ix9ine. I'm going to listen to 6ix9ine after I finish recording this episode, because I'll be honest, I put him on my mute list on Spotify. I don't want to hear him. But you're okay. I'm going to give 6ix9ine a shot.
You want to know what's crazy?
What?
Like right now when you listening, like you don't hear 6ix9ine is not out right now.
Yeah.
Like how he was like a few months ago, and I feel like it just sounds different right now. Like I feel like he's missed.
Okay.
I feel like because like I said, every time turn on the radio, I felt like you heard like a 6ix9ine song. To not hear him right now, it just sounds like. I was wondering. I even said to myself like, "Yo, where is he? I haven't heard anything."
Okay.
Because he had something like every month. He had something.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that I reached out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really wasn't going to record this podcast, and then I started talking, and then I got to thinking, let me try to call him. I actually called you twice, so good thing I called back. So, hey, man.
Yeah, I was taking a nap.
Yeah, okay, my bad. I actually was you busy. But, hey, go back and take your nap. That was all I needed, man. I appreciate it.
No problem, man.
All right.
All right.
So, yeah. So my man Ant Grace explained why 6ix9ine is important to today's hip hop, and that's his opinion. Once again, I'm just not a big fan of everybody wanting to compare ODB with the newer generation. Like, that's their go-to. Oh, y'all listen to ODB and y'all listen to these rappers. It was like, you're right, but they were one of a kind. It was only one of them in each era, man. There was only one old dirty bastard, man. And like I say, if you didn't like ODB, you could turn him off and you would hear nothing else like him. I think that with a lot of hip hop today, if you turn off one artist, you'll just hear him again. You'll be like, well, who's that? Who's that? And it's not their fault, man. It's not their fault. I don't blame the artists. You know, they just throwing money in these young boys' faces and they taking it and running with it. So, all right, man. So what else I got on my my list? Have you had, fellas? Normally I hear the women talk about birth control and getting their tubes tied. And over the years of, you know, being around women and listening to podcasts, you hear about the risk of certain birth controls, and sometimes a woman getting her tubes tied isn't guaranteed all the time. I don't hear enough men talking about getting a vasectomy. What is that, you ask? I'll tell you. A vasectomy is a simple surgery done by a doctor in an office, hospital, or clinic. The small tubes in the scrotum that carry sperm are cut or blocked off so the sperm can't leave your body and cause pregnancy. The procedure is very quick and you can go home the same day. And it's extremely effective at preventing pregnancies at almost 100%. So, fellas, why aren't we out here getting our nuts clipped? Y'all out here having babies you don't want. Or you want babies, but you don't want babies with this particular person. You don't want to wear rubbers because it feels better, right? Right? So why aren't we out here getting our nuts clipped? Did you not hear the percentage? We talking about close to 100%, which means the sperm. Like, see, here's the thing. Women go get their tubes tied and they're on birth control. So what does that mean when you're dealing with somebody and y'all are exclusive? There's no rubbers. So you shooting all up in the club. Now, what if you got super sperm, strong sperm, and you shoot through whatever blockage, whatever tied tubes? It's happened, bro. Women who have got their tubes tied can still get pregnant. It just happens. I'm not an expert on a woman's body, so I'm not really here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about men getting their nuts clipped. So I'm asking you, why aren't we out here doing that? So how about I just spark that conversation for y'all? I have Aetna as my insurance carrier. And I found out that it's free to get a vasectomy with my Aetna plan. Now, I don't know if that's for all the other plans, whatever the companies, health insurance companies, but I know Aetna is free. So if I wanted to go get a vasectomy right now, I could do it free of charge. Why? Because allegedly, shout out to John. Allegedly, air quotes, Aetna is in the business of population control, which means they're all for you getting your nuts clipped so you can stop having babies. But it costs to get it undone. Why? Because they're in the business, allegedly, of population control. I don't see nothing wrong with going to get your nuts clipped as soon as you can. you can go home the next day. I think you might be laid up for a day for rest. But after that, man, it's back to the grind. It's nothing. You understand? Now, I don't know who's more sexually active, men or women. Like, who pursues it more? I'll say men, right? There's going to be some people that say, nah, women are just as. I get it. I'm not here for that. I'm here to talk to the men. Men are aggressive predators when it comes to having sex. So if you're the one pursuing it, you no longer have to ask her, oh, you on birth control? Your tube's tied. Are you on the pill? Because your nuts are clipped and you shooting empty. That's not saying go raw. That's not saying do not wear protection. But the ball's not in her court. The ball's in your court now. And it's close to 100% guarantee that you won't get her pregnant. Hit your insurance company up and see what they're talking about. Like I said, if you got Aetna, where I'm from, where I'm at, around my way, it costs you nothing to get a vasectomy. But it will cost you to get the vasectomy undone. And I think that more men should look into this. I haven't seen any risk. I haven't read any risk. So, hey, why not do it? That's all I got to say about that. Hip hop. I love when hip hop goes into the battle rap mode. Where artists is dissing each other and it's fire. I like that. Last week, I was talking about Tory Lanez and that he should stay in his lane because he wanted smoke with J. Cole and Pusha T. Little did I know, as soon as I got done recording that episode, Mr. Tory Lanez had somebody knock on his door in the name of Don Q. Now I heard it, and I'm not going to lie to you. I've never heard Don Q before, and it was all right. Mr. Tory Lanez came back a day or two later with a diss record, and I'm going to keep it a buck. He sounded 1,000% like Drake. I, one time, rapped in Drake's cadence, and I was nice. I was listening to a Drake instrumental, and I was on some, how would Drake rap it? And the way Drake raps, it's deadly. Drake's flow is undefeated. It's something about that flow that allows you to be slick and aggressive. If you can talk that slick talk and be aggressive, you have a good chance of winning that battle. So when Drake did back to back and he just was like, is that a world tour or your girls tour? You don't got to say the hardest things. You just got to be slick with it. You got to be, you know what I'm saying? You got to be grimy. Drake's flow to me is undefeated. Even when the whole Pusha T Drake thing was going on, I can't remember the name, but Pusha did his song first off his Daytona record, and then Drake did his record. And it was just like, man, Drake, like he came on the track huffing and puffing. I can't think of the song. I can't think of the name of the song. But we all knew Drake didn't come to play with Push. But then Push dropped his record after that, and then Drake didn't respond. But I'm glad he didn't, because it might have took Drake out of his element, because Drake's is a calm, cool guy. So Tory Lanez takes Drake's style, and yet he murders it. And I'm trying to enjoy the song, but I can't help but listen to, like, this is Drake. I can't respect this. You took a man, listen, Drake's style is undefeated. That style that he uses when it comes to dissing niggas and talking that talk, I don't see nobody that can top that right now. So Tory Lanez, so I wasn't impressed with the Don Q diss track, but I'm not impressed with Tory Lanez just taking something that's already built, like it's already mapped out. It's easy to just add your words to a flow. And then Don Q took it upon himself and made another diss record. Didn't like that either. So I really don't know. I really don't know what we doing with Don Q versus Tory Lanez. I, for one, really am not a fan of it because I don't know what's the gain out of this. We knew what was the game between Benny and Jada, Nas and Jay. Biggie and Pac wasn't no battle. It was just Pac talking a lot. Biggie was shooting back, but they was fighting for hip hop supremacy. I'm used to that. What happens if Tory Lanez beats Don Q? What happens if Don Q beats Tory Lanez? What happens? Nothing happens. Then I seen a video of Tory Lanez and JID going at it. Or was it a tweet or something? But I seen a video of JID saying he about to get at Tory Lanez. He likes Tory Lanez, but he about to get at him. And I saw something that I thought was very interesting. Tory Lanez and JID going back and forth on social media, and Tory Lanez said, okay, you here, shoot first. And I'm like, Tory Lanez think he slick. It's so easy to counterattack. If I'm correct, Joyner Lucas made the first diss record. Don Q made the first diss record. And he followed them both with a reply. And normally the replies are the best records, if you came with it. Like, remember when Jay-Z dropped Takeover? I swear to God, I thought Nas was out of there. Everybody thought Nas was out of there until he dropped Ether. And people say, oh man, Jay out of there. Jay's out of there. And then Jay dropped Super Ugly. And that's where he went wrong. Because Super Ugly wasn't fire. If Super Ugly was fire, people would have been like, oh, Jay got Nas out of there. The last good song is the best song. So, excuse me, when Tory Lanez goes last, that's a song people are going to favor because that's the freshest thing to the ear. So if I'm JID, go first. But Tory Lanez is going to come back with fire because he's going to hear what you're going to say, and he's just going to rebuttal. Like, when you go first during the battle, you're giving your opponent all the ideas. Because they're just going to spin off everything that you said. So I can't wait for that. And I guess Tory Lanez is like climbing this Mortal Kombat tournament ladder because his main goal is to get to J. Cole. I've never seen this before in hip hop. Like, what battling J. Cole, what is that going to do for you? Niggas still not going to respect your pen. Because like I say, when we listen to your album, we hear a singing nigga. Now, even though I was kind of impressed with your diss towards Don Q, besides the Drake cadence, you was rapping. But then again, I got to give the credit to Drake's flow. I got to give the credit to Drake's flow. But I'm going to keep it a bean with y'all. I'm not going to go too long with this. The real winner of the battle so far is Dream Doll. Oh my God. She dissed this nigga Tory Lanez. It was way better than anything. And Don Q got 2 songs. Dream Doll's 2-minute song, freestyle, whatever you want to call it, is better than Don Q songs. And he got about 10 minutes of material. So now, R&B niggas is bodying rappers. And female MCs is bodying niggas. I'm here for it. I love all of that. If it's good. Now, don't get me wrong. Tory Lanez is calling these guys out. And girls out. I just don't see the gain of all of this. It's free promotion. Record labels ain't doing nothing for y'all. I get that part. I truly do. Other than that, I don't know what it is to gain from this. And that's all I got this week, man. I got a lot to do. Thanks for coming to the block with me. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend. Leave me a review on Apple Podcasts. I appreciate y'all. And I'm out.